Hi, Sharif.
Hey there.
Hi, hello everybody.
Hey there, welcome.
Hi.
Sorry for not coming yesterday, but I had some work stuff to do. So
Yeah,
it was
no worries, it happens.
so where is everybody else? Some of my mates are just pushing some README. I was with them in Discord. They are just pushing the README, and others are coming. We are a total of 4 in 2 teams.
Cool. Yeah, I can see here Alan and Angel are in one project, and then Joe and Doc Show. I don't know who that is. Maybe is
Daniel y Canales. Daniel y Jose Canales.
Cool.
Well, I just saw the thing of the channel demos. I'm just pushing the code in to GitHub.
Oh yeah, that's fine. It's helpful to have a GitHub repository so we can fork it into the Learn NEAR. You know, this is how other students are benefiting from your work as well.
I actually have 2 repositories. One, it's a bit ugly, and I prefer to just change it a bit and maybe push it after the cleaning. But well, the other one, it's more or less okay.
It's totally up to you. Yeah, I find usually when I have a plan to clean something and push it later, it just doesn't happen. So
yeah, sometimes, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, if you have something to share, that's always helpful for other students in the same way that you benefited from the other examples, right? That's how they came, was from these demos.
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna wait maybe another minute or 2. I'm not sure where.
Let me ask them to come. So here is Antonio Mora, Doxo. Is here. Just my mate Angel is somewhere, but he had some problem with his computer, so he gonna come, but he's facing constantly problems in this week.
That's too bad.
Yeah, you know, thing happens just in the moment that it's not a good moment.
All right. So 9:05, and I think we have 2 demos set up for today. If anybody's going to add a demo, please add it to the demos channel. So we need from you the basic information, you know, your team, whoever the names of the people are, especially your NEAR accounts, your mainnet accounts. That's important. and then the project name, GitHub repo link. And in the GitHub repo, please include some basic stuff about how to run your project, some screenshot or video or something like that to help us understand how it works. Like do a little bit of work with the README to make it easy on the next person who sees it. Okay, and that doesn't have to happen before the demo, obviously. That can happen later, the documentation aspect of it. All right, so should we get started? Hey, Claudia. Should we get started? Who's up first? Let's just go in the order that we are in the demos channel. So Alana and Angel, you're up.
Okay. Yes, Angel is having some problems with his computer. Maybe
Sure.
He's in the last line, his computer. So I asked him to join in the mobile, but if in some moment he connects, I can do all the stuff by myself in my computer. So just expect if he joins, he will help me. I can share my screen.
Sorry, wait a second. So you're saying you can or you cannot do everything on your own?
I can.
Yeah,
I
okay,
can.
cool.
I can do.
All right.
I can do it by my own.
Okay. And it looks like he just joined, actually.
Yes. So can you make me host or for share screen?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Hi, Claudio.
Okay. So anybody should be able to share at this point.
Sure. So let's stop 3. Okay. So here can you see? Okay.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Let's start with the. Are you watching the GitHub repository?
Yeah, we can see that. And just heads up, Alana, I'll start a timer. So 10, 15 minutes is what we're aiming for, okay? I'll give you a 5-minute warning.
Okay, so 15 minutes.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. I'll let you know every 5 minutes. I'll say 5 minutes has passed, okay?
Yes, I will try to do this fast.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we started this week. We do a project with Rust. Rust is even a new language for us. It was challenging. We do exactly the thing that you say that we don't have to do. It's trying to do with the Rust, but even with that warning, we keep forward with the Rust. We try it. We expect we use a lot of nights just for trying to learn what was Rust doing in the smart contract, and we could do a smart contract that works, and I will talk in what point we have. So our idea is a cold chain tracking. If you know about cold chain in logistics, they have this problem that you have to keep a record of the temperature. You have not enough information if that happens really, of somebody modify the database when you get at some point and they say, oh, the vaccines were cold all the time. So you have your arrival and you have all that delivery complete and you pay me and you don't know, you don't have that information because cold chain is very hard to work with it. So we did this smart contract that basically is that you have a package that you want to send to other location and you pay an amount of NEAR tokens, and those amount of NEAR tokens are saved while the package is traveling through these distinct arrivals or locations that they have to get. And when the package gets in the last point, you call for the money. The people that you decided that will have the money, you call the money, you do a withdrawal, and you have that in your account. So I think that we can show here that in the same repository, we have this description. We can have the status of the contract when if there is a delivery that is started. If there is no delivery, you can do many things. But if the delivery is started, you can do some things. As check the temperature that have the truck. You can check the balance that have the contract. If you want to know that the contract have enough money to pay you, so you can have that. And you can do the withdrawal when the contract finishes. We have some locations. we saw that we can try to have these verbose answers in the contract, but we don't see that that was viable at all. So we just save numbers that are modifying through the location. So we see that was senseless to save that information in the chain. Maybe it will be some of the information, etc. Here we have information for deploy the contract, how to deploy. Okay, we forgot to build a contract, but we can add that. This is just a one line of command. Here we have to deploy it in the DevNet. How can we add the contract that is created between inside the terminal, and after how can you add your own account in that terminal too. So the first thing that you can have is called a contract. And know if it is initialized. So you can check if you can start a new library. If it is not initialized, it will return a false, and you can do a new library, and the library will require to parameters. We need the temperature when it is initialized, and the payment account ID. When successfully you get the last location, you have this account for which you want to pay. And you need to do this with another account that is not the contract account. The contract cannot reinitialize by itself. So that was something that it was senseless, that you just send money to your own contract and call the money from that contract. That was senseless, so we prevent that. You have a new arrival to a new location. You have to do 4 arrivals in different location, and in each arrival, you have a new temp you can modify, and you can have all the historial of what was the temperature at what point. When you finish and you are in the last location, you can do a withdraw. If you are not in the last location, if you get the library in the point, if you start on the library and you try to do a withdraw, you will not, it will be not possible to withdraw the money because you need to have these arrivals done. And we do some debugs, these debugs methods for decrement and reset the location. These are just for debugging. I say that this is not for production intended. We just do those methods for modifying some things while we were testing this information.
That's 5 minutes.
We have other commands, that is get locations, get balance, get temperature, get payment account ID, and get the initialized status. So we can look at this status in the contract. The testings, you can do the cargo test. We will talk about it later a little bit. We have the wireframing. We'll show you nets and some extra ideas of how to do nets. This is a very time-boxed bootcamp. We cannot develop anything that we want for this idea, but we give some ideas here if somebody else want to come and start working on those ideas that we don't finish. These people can take the code and start working in them. And the credits, so we have a lot of ideas from other repositories. This is not the copy of any of those, are more based on this and are more inspirational than anything. And some troubleshooting work came from these repositories, and these are here. So here we have it. So I have already the project deployed. Let me open, how can I can move this thing. Okay, yes. Terminal. These are. Okay, here we have our terminal. Terminal. Okay, so we are here in our repo project. Here we have all the files that we need. Let me do just a build of the project just to verify that everything is working fine. The project is already deployed, but just for showing that everything is working. Let me start again. Okay, I can recover these commands that there are inside the README. First, let's deploy the project. NEAR corner. Okay. This just require account ID, testnet. Okay, no, it doesn't require the.
Yeah, if you're deploying to a specific account, then you need to add the account there. But for dev deploy, it'll make a new account for you, or use one that's already in the NEAR dev folder.
Yes, I was minding about that, but yes, that's correct. So we have the account deployed. So just let me verify that we have it's in my current name, echo contract name. So source and NEAR dev, dev account dot amp. So here I have the contract. So we can start using the methods of the contract. Just let me verify that I have another account for calling this. It's my account. Okay, I will use my one. I have two testnet accounts. So I will use Alan test for deploying for calling the library.
It's about 10 minutes.
Okay, Alan test. So I get initialized the project. We have the status that it have to be false. So we have any arrival in this point. So if we try to do an arrival to a new location, this will fail because we are still we have no library. So this give a bunch of errors, but it's basically the contract is not initialized. So for initializing the contract, we need to call this command. We need to send 10 NEARs in the account. We have to send that from my account. The account for which we are paying, the library, and the temperature that we have. So just for being clear, this Alan test account is over here. Okay, we can check the transaction later. So we have a new library. So now we can do arrivals to coming locations. So now the locations that previously failed now have to be working. And we do the force location. And when we get to the last location, that is the current location 4, where we can do new arrivals because we are in the destiny. We are in the last destiny. So the withdrawal, let me do a decrement just for testing the withdrawal. If you try to do a withdrawal when you are not in the last location, let's return to a previously location. We are in the location 3. If we try to do a withdrawal in that point, the withdrawal will say that we are not in the last location. this tells us basically that truck needs to be in the final destiny. So we do the arrival again. We do a arrival. And we do the payment to the withdraw function. When we call this, the contract already saved the account for which we are paying. So we don't give an account for doing the payment. The account is already saved in the contract. So here have to successfully do that payment. So as I say you, I have all the methods that were called in the last minutes. The 1 minute ago, we are creating the new deliveries, the new arrivals, and we do a withdrawal. As you saw, the native account received less. We pay for 10 years, and the other accounts, if we refresh, we need to have 10 more years. That was the payment done by the withdrawal. We have here the payment done. Just for last, taking back to the repository, we have our framing. The only thing that we didn't have enough time, because it was challenging for us, the ROS language and understanding the smart contract, was unit testing. We tried to do that by night, and today we try to understand what's happening. We could do some small stuff, but it was not that test that we tried to do or that we did wasn't satisfactory for us for proving what was doing the contract. So the arrivals, the deliveries, the withdrawal, we couldn't do those tests. So that was the only part that we couldn't do. Here we have some suggested wireframing about what is doing the application, some about the page, and some about some elements that are being called by the contracts as the origin, the account of the client, some extra information that we can have, and the status that have the contract. So this can be called with an API about that. So anything else that we need to add, Angel? I think I talk a lot, but tell me if we need to add some extra.
No, everything is okay. I think this opportunity was good for learn a smart contract and language Rust. And thank you for opportunity.
And for last, I think the most challenging of this was doing the two things. Learning a new, okay, more than learning, just improving our skills in a new language that, being honest, we don't work with this in a big amount of time. Maybe last week we reviewed a little bit about ROS, but we need to spend more time to improving our skills and being good. And what is requiring the smart contract, I think is not a low level thing. I think it's an intermediate to high level knowledge. So I feel for myself, I think Angel too, very, I don't know how this is gonna finish, but I feel satisfactory about our results. Just for myself, I feel in that way. And thank you very much for everything that you share with us.
Great presentation, fellows. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Just time check, about 16 minutes or so. So that was great. Lots of good coverage. And you provided all the pieces that we were looking for. So any questions from the audience?
We have a video too. We have a video too of the Loom.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. We can put that into the repo, maybe in the README. So everything's linked in there.
Yes,
in
everything is there. Everything is there. We have the video in the
nice. Great. Any questions for Alana and Angel?
Oh, it's okay.
Any questions? Any comments?
No.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You did that. Congratulations. They did a
Nice.
great job. Oh, another thing, can I pass? Well, can we pass? Because I
Pass.
I have, yeah.
Sorry,
Well, I'm going to show you the mock-ups. Well, after.
So sorry, I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Daniela. If you want to do a demo, you can just put it in the demos channel.
Yeah,
But
well, we had the case that we didn't, that we only are going to show you a presentation because we define our project and talk about that. Yeah, because we weren't prepared for, so it was overwhelming. So maybe, so we decided to, yeah, to make it visual.
Yeah, I think it's just, I think you can share your screen, Daniela. Can you try to share your screen? That way you.
I will stop sharing.
Yeah, stop sharing, Alan. Thank you.
yeah, so I was sorry, just 1 second, please, Daniela. I feel like maybe there's a little bit of misunderstanding here. So the other team that comes that is up next is the one that's in the demo channel. So in the demo channel, there is a list of projects there. There's currently 2 projects. There's the one that was just presenting, the cold chain team. And then there's another team called the readers team with Joe and Daksho. And I don't see any other items in the demo list. So if you want to get in the queue to do a presentation, please just type into the demos the answer to the questions there, which is, the team name, the project name, a GitHub repo. It will just appear in the demos channel. And then we'll just move down the list. That's the plan for this call.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not, I don't know how suddenly you were under pressure to give your demo. That didn't happen. I didn't do that. So it's not your turn yet. It's okay. Take your time. But please just put into the demo channel the basic details that I'm asking there so that we have a record of what's going on and we're just moving down the list. So cold chain team just went as the first demo. The next demo is the readers in the demo channel. All right.
Okay.
So who's up now? No problem. So who's up now? Joe, Hank, and Daksho. You're up next. And anybody else, by the way, that's joined the call, if you want to do a demo, it's no problem, but just put in the information in the demos channel, please. And we're just going to go down the list. Okay. So who's up next? Team readers, Joe, Hank, and Daksho, are you here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So let me share my screen. Creo que compartí mal. A ver. Okay. Can you see the GitHub repository?
Yeah, we can see it. And every 5 minutes, I'll just give you a heads up of the time. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay. So we basically make a NEAR library, online library. We can see everything on the documentation. NEAR library is a smart contract where you can create, rate, comment, and store and transfer books. That's our goal. We didn't make everything, but we make some things of this. Basically, we have the installation, the configuration, and the exploring NEAR smart contract methods. We had some commands here to add a book, to get all the books of the library, to get a specific book, and to get the numbers of book added. Things that we want to add in the future because of the time we didn't finish it. To rate a book, to see the evaluation of a book, the make a comment of a book, and sorry, this is the comments of a book. We have the wireframing right here. Is this? We make a basic wireframing that we can see the books that were at in the contract, and we can see the information of this book, right? So, well, make a proof. We can see the two things. Okay, so we in the README have everything here in this step. Step 3, we can follow the instructions on the further scripts. So we go here and just make all steps. We build the project. We make a deploy of the contract, and everything's fine in this time. So we can make a proof. We can add a book. So we can add a book. We can change the name of the book. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not the first time people have had a fight with the terminal trying to do multiple lines. No, don't stress at all. I would just edit the text, honestly, and just to the right-hand side, write whatever you want to write on the right and then paste it down the left.
Yes. A new book in the demo day. Edition 1. We are in July 2. It's 20. Okay. So we can add a book. Here we can see all the transactions for the deploy contract. We can see the information that we sent in the terminal. So let's see the usage contract. We can add a book. We can see all the books that were in the library. There's another proof, another books that we add before. We can also and read. We can also get the specific book information, and we can get the numbers of book. In this case, they're 8 because the first is 0, and we can get the numbers of the library.
That's 5 minutes.
Okay. We can see here the number of all the books. We can get the information of a book. Let's see. Okay. See. Okay, we can see the information of the last book we had. Let's see the 7th. We can see only the information of this book. So we can see the rates in the comments. That's the things that we can add in the future. Just because of time, we didn't finish. But basically, that's the things that we made in the project. I think that's all. Antonio, anything else that we can say?
About the test,
Yes. We can make the unit test. So we can make a yarn test. We need a music of an elevator. We have the anything unit test. The first is the room find and some examples of an empty ISBN, an empty name, some proof, and the last is that we send a number of book that we don't have in the library, basically, and that's all.
Nice. That's great. Thank you so much for that demo. Anything else you want to add at this point? Any other questions? Any questions for? Any questions about this demo? Comments? Yeah, this was great. Thanks. I really appreciate this. So I have a question. Did you consider kind of buying and selling books, renting books from each other? Anything related to money, ownership, things like that?
We considered the transfer books. So
the ownership.
We have a owner, but we can see it in the information of a book. We have an owner, and we can ask for one book and transfer the book, right? But we didn't finish yet. We were working on that. But yes, we considered the transfer of the owner of a book.
Without in
Nice.
the line.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were working just 1 minute before starting this.
Perfect.
If we are going to fail, we're going to fail in the line.
Yeah, the classic demo. Yeah, that's great. Well, I mean, it turned out well for you. Congratulations. Any questions? Any comments? Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Are there any other demos? Daniela, I was hoping you were going to share your presentation. Is that still possible?
Yes, well, we're trying to, but I show you my presentation.
Okay, nice. And
Daniela, a ver, están en Discord. Cintia, ¿están en Discord?
Sí.
Sí, a ver, ¿qué canal? ¿Me pueden escribir, por favor?
Estoy justamente intentando
Ah,
abrir Discord.
Okay,
I
sí.
think maybe you just added it, or who? Somebody else named Danielle, maybe.
Daniela.
I just added my
Oh, it's
presentation
Danielle,
or
okay.
We have
code, but
we have Daniel and we have Daniel La. So this is Daniel.
yeah, I mean, it's a cool name, by the way. I mean, like best name ever.
Nice.
Everybody wants to be named.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, please share this presentation in the demo channel when you get a chance, Daniela, later, if you like.
Okay.
Okay, just so we can have it in the list there. All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Just one minute, just really quick. Daniela, el nombre del canal es ncd.l1 2021-0628. ¿Ya viste ese canal?
Creo que sí. Es que, o sea, no sé por qué tengo problemas por mi cuenta de Discord. O sea, como que es más interno. O sea, de que no sé por qué no me deja.
O sea, no estás pudiendo entrar a NEAR Certified Developer.
Sí, Sí, ajá, no sé por qué, o sea, creo que es cosa de la contraseña, que ha de haber puesto
Ok.
otra o no sé.
Bueno,
Sí,
no
después
pasa
lo
nada.
checo.
Cintia, ¿puedes ayudarle a Daniela?
Sí, sí, yo
Ok,
soy.
entonces
Estoy
tú
en
sí,
el Discord
ajá,
y
nsdl.l1
sí.
2021-0628. ¿Sí ya lo identificaste? A ver, déjate hago un add y así ya te aparece. A ver, Cintia Zúñiga, ¿verdad? Mira, aquí te estoy mencionando y ahí es donde tienes que poner la información, ¿va?
Sí.
¿Sí te llegó el mensaje?
Estoy internando, mi internet está cargando, entonces estoy
Vale.
nada más esperando.
Ok, pues nada, ahorita lo checamos y si quieres, ve presentando, Daniela, ¿vale?
Okay, well, we decided that we were going to present the mock-ups and to define our project, what we wanted to do. So, well, first an executive summary, the purpose and process. We're going to talk then about the smart contract that we are thinking, and we will show you the product mock-ups and our inspiration and future. Well, first of all, we decided to focus on something related with medicine and doctors and something in that related with that. So, well, in Mexico, leukemia is the most common blood disease. And there's a huge problem that in Mexico, the culture of donation is not really popular. For example, I know that I have heard that in some countries that like in Spain, everybody is donor unless the contrary is clearly indicated by the person. And for example, in Mexico, it's like you have to say that, oh, I want to be donor. And other huge problem is that in Mexico, 70% of patients don't find a match in their family, so they depend on other people to continue with their lives. So that was the reason that we wanted to focus on to do something related with this problem. So the process is that you first you need to log in to be a candidate and make sure that you comply with the health requirements. And then you will receive a kit that consists with 2 chicken scrappers and two collection tubes. And
Daniela, sorry to interrupt you. I am not sure that you are showing the presentation to everybody.
Yes, no?
No.
No? Oh, sorry.
I think you're not.
Oh,
yes.
so all we see is the Canva, the social media
Oh,
reporting
Yeah,
app.
yeah,
Yeah, now yours.
yeah.
Okay,
The
yeah.
other one is
Okay. Let me think. Let me find where it is. Okay.
I think it was in the full screen or, yeah.
Yes, I think so. No.
So maybe the best move, Daniela, is for you to stop sharing your screen for us to move to the other demo.
Yes.
And then in the meantime, you can just take a minute and find it and then just start again, no problem.
Yes.
Okay. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, no problem. And then next time we'll just be more careful with what's on the screen. You can just confirm what we're seeing and all that stuff before we get started. I thought you were talking about the thing that was on the screen and kind of setting the context. It didn't occur to me until
I have already fixed the problem.
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem.
I thought that I was sharing my screen.
Sure.
Yeah, so yeah, I was here talking about the process.
So I'm sorry about this. So a big value of these demonstrations is for us to be able to take the recording and share it and talk to people about it. So it would be better if you could start again, actually.
Yes. Okay.
If you don't mind. Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah. We only lost 3 minutes. I'll start the
Okay.
timer again and give you 5-minute
Okay.
awareness. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Well, Our project is called Spinal Cord. So, well, first of all, we're going to talk about the executive summary, the process and purpose, about the smart contracts. That we will show you our product mockups and our inspiration and future. First of all, there's a huge problem related with the donation here in Mexico. For example, leukemia is the most common blood disease, and we don't have the culture of donation. For example, you have to legally manifest that you want to be a donor, and there's other countries like for example, Spain, that unless the contrary is clearly indicated by the person, if you don't want to be donor. And for example, in Mexico, 70% of patients don't find a match in their families, so they depend on someone external to continue with their lives. And well, first of all, we're going to talk about the process that we followed, and then in the mock-ups is going to be more visual. So first, you have to log in to be a candidate and make sure that you comply with the health requirements. And then you will receive a kit that consists with 2 cheek scrapers and 2 collection tubes. And finally, we will collect the kit, and you will be part of our donors database.
Yeah, and for the smart contract, we are beginners in this, so we actually don't have a lot of knowledge, and we just propose something that is, first you have to log in, and then you will have an authentication code, and then all the information, the data information about the donor and the recipient will be encrypted. So it will be sure that all the information is completely safe, and it wouldn't be like shared with other people that it's not in the application. And well, these are the mockups. First, you have to log in with an email and a password, and then it will send you another screen for the authentication code. And after you already authenticate that part, the app will give you an option to be a donor or a recipient, depends of what you're waiting for the app. Then it will give you a formula, a format of your name, your date of birth, your blood type, the gender, some other notes that you want. And the step 2 will be your address, so we can send you the kit. And then the application will make an certificate for you to participate with us.
No.
Then it's the same process for the recipient. It will also ask you about some specific information about yourself and your address, and then we'll give you a certification.
Well, our inspiration was something like really assembled to this, that is called NEAR. It born trying to help individuals suffering from kidney failure. So they realize that sometimes someone wants to be, for example, in this case, that Bob wants to give Alice a kidney, but she doesn't match. So, and here there's other case, and they find something, yeah, they find the match, and they can continue saving lives, and it works with the smart contract and blockchain. So that's why it's really secure. And if you want to know more about this project, you can visit kitnerproject.com.
Yeah, and well, we want that application to make it more further and create a red of hospitals and doctors. So the application doesn't just stay in the like the demo part, and also we can connect a lot of people who actually needs the donors. And also we wanted to be all in the app, so so we can provide and guarantee that there is not pressure like ongoing traffic into the donation process, or there is something weird in all the process. And also a proof to match by checking it against the local base of the hospital and confirm that it actually there exists a patient with like a connection with your information. And also we wanted to when they found the match in the app to connect the two persons, the donor and the recipient. Yeah, and this is all. We actually don't have a lot, and we are kind of in the idea
Yeah.
of the project where we wanted to continue this process.
Yeah. And that's it.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. So any questions? I thought that was a very clear presentation, very clear story for sure. And
If I can do a comment.
Yeah.
Sure. I would suggest that you can try some decentralized apps, maybe some with MetaMask, maybe NEAR have their own the apps, so you can know how is the interaction with this kind of application, and this will help you to design better decentralized applications. Some of my mates and me have the confusion on how to do a login. And when you start in the school, they say, oh, you require a password, you require an email, you require a photo, you require an ID, and all these kind of stuff. And when you move to blockchain, you saw that you don't need anything besides your keys to access to a network. And it's not, it can be suggested or not to require the information of the user, because if you are doing a decentralized application, you want to respect the privacy of who is using your application and not be a new Facebook selling information in all the ways.
Thank you. Yeah, we will take that in it.
And congratulations, good job.
Cool. Any questions, any comments? Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so who's up next?
Me.
Okay, so Daniel, ready to go?
Okay, so well, first of all, I will explain my intention with the project. What I wanted to do is like, I mean, I've been developer so many years ago. I mean, in several technologies, and you know that always like when you find a hello world. I mean, when you find the small projects, they are fine. They always work. But when you try to do something else, then is when you try to find the tricky things, right? So my intention with this project is to try to do some small smart contract. I did it in assembly script. I did it also in Rust, and the idea was something pretty easy, like a protocol where the idea is like there is an owner, you put some money you put some money in that smart contract. It has some timeout that you cannot remove the money in, I don't know, in the timer that you configure the smart contract. And then after that timer, the user that, I mean, you put some users that can remove money from there. And then after that timer, then those users can remove the money from there. That pretty simple smart contract, but the idea was something like to create that thing, to see the singleton in assembly script, to see the backup functions in assembly script, also to do a lot of testing in assembly script, and then after that I move it to Rust to see how it goes with the same idea and trying to match the work. So I know that it will be super codey thing. I mean, it's not that beautiful that with slides and mockups, but then I will start showing a bit the code to see how it looks. And can I? compartir pantalla. Okay. So I'm sure that you can see it.
Yep, we can see your screen.
So here in the left side, you can see the assembly script code. I mean, it's a pretty simple code. I mean, you have some initialization that where you can check the initialize the code, the contract. Sorry, you can deposit the funds, and you know, like, I mean, you can check here that if there is some money in the contract. If there is no money, then there will be an answer. The transaction will not go. You can get, I mean, here you can get the storage. You will add, I mean, the money there, and here you have some structure called, I mean, some model called staked that were in that model. I have the how much money all the accounts are putting there. I mean, as depositing there, and something. And I have also another function that, I mean, this withdraw that also, I mean, that you, as you can see in the initialization, you have here some timing where you can put the log time. I mean, like you put the timestamp of the when you want, how much time you, I mean, which time you want to stay log. And then here you can see that you only can withdraw when okay, with the timestamp, I mean, when it's already passed, and I mean, if it's the depositor, it's there. As you can see, I mean, it's a pretty simple code, but it plays with timing, it plays with accounts. I mean, I think it's a hello world, but with dopamine, right? Here, also, I mean, like I will go for the testing here that I have it here. Here also, you can see that I played with the VM context, right? I mean, like adding the account, changing the balance, playing with the throws, not throwing. I mean, like I was playing with what as I say, like the VM context, right? Because to see, I did a lot of testing to see that everything is working there. Here also, I mean, like I tried with the Rust version. By the way, my first time in Rust. I never played in Rust. And by the way, I know that this is recorded. I don't know why people like Rust. And believe me that I was a PhD in programming models, so I know about programming models, and really, I mean, I don't like it at all, but okay. Well, here you have the equivalent contract, right? I mean, like with the initialization here, with the, also, I mean, you check if it's initialized or not. You see the, I mean, you also put the amount of money here. Then, well, it's pretty the same contract, but in the Rust version. I mean, it has some differences, but well, I mean, it's all languages have their own stuff. And here, I mean, here also in the state RS, I have also the stack things. Well, I have some to do that I saw that because I was comparing strings, and I know that it's much better comparing hashes, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that's something in my
It's about 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. So then, I mean, also I tried here the testing here. I mean, what is the test in Rust here? I mean, it's not that big that the other one. I mean, I didn't have that time to start playing with the testing, but again, I mean, I know that if you're a newbie in Rust, it looks easier than it is. I mean, when you start coding in Rust, it looks like if you're used to some kind of other syntax like in JavaScript or other stuff, then it has so many problems. Like, I know that you told us like don't go with Rust, but I know I wanted to play with a hello world in Rust just to see how it goes, and of course it's a bit hard. But then I started also with the simulation testing. That I saw that in Rust it's better done than in assembly script, and then I start playing with with some code also that it has. I mean, I wanted to play also with the with how is calling it from a web application or something like that, and where it is. And then I mean, I didn't finish it, but I just used some code here to send with the smart contract to send to send some deposits to some account, right? I mean, I just played with this thing. I know, sorry. And then you can see, I mean, this example, it's already the connection done, but you can see that it's transferring one NEAR, and yeah, well, it's allowing that. And I was playing with this now, but just to again, I just wanted to see all the some small example in all the, let's say, the life cycle of the code in an application. And well, I didn't finish it yet all the time, but well, again, here you can see, for instance, how are the testing in the website. I mean, in the Rust part. I mean, like I'm just, well, in the website, how I'm just getting the methods and putting it in here and then doing the test here. Well, I just did all this stuff, and well, that was my intention, because I know that all this code that after that will be for other users, so for other for other NEAR developers. So it would be cool to have something like a big hello world, let's call it like this. And well, that's it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for the presentation. So it seems like you decided to kind of take an example, a little bit spicy, a little bit more than just the basic, and then try implement it in assembly script and Rust. And then the front end was really the kind of guest book application, and maybe you just change the name of the contract and methods, a couple of small things like that, right?
Exactly.
But you got an idea of how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was changing these things just to see how it works, and because I didn't have time, I wanted to show also the showing the money in the contract, but I didn't have time to do all the stuff.
Sure. Okay. Thank you for that. Any questions? Any comments? Okay. All right. Thanks for that, Daniel. Really appreciate that. By the way, I couldn't fork your repo.
No, because I just I created, but I didn't have time to push it, but now we push it. I mean,
it's still, yeah, if it's still private, that's fine. Just please, if you wouldn't mind, in the next week or so, as soon as you have time, get it ready, make it public, and then just ping me on Discord so that I know to fork it and people can take a look at this. And of course, I see there's a lot that you can do here that would be interesting. Even if all you do is just document what you've already done without adding more, I think that would be still interesting study for future students. Okay.
Yeah. The point is, like, the thing that I wanted to do, but I didn't have time, is because I separated in 2 repositories, but it would be great to have it in one and then select which code that you're using, the Rust code or the assembly script code, but I didn't have time to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. All I'm saying is you don't have to do more on this project for it to be valuable for other students in the future, right? So the whole point of these demos is to give you something to exercise, but then maybe more importantly is for us to have something to present. So what I'm trying to encourage you to do is don't wait until some other perfect time in the future to make it public and share it. Just share it maybe in the next week. Okay, whatever you want to do to kind of clean this up, whatever you have, and then just share it so other people can come and benefit, please.
I will do it for sure.
Nice. Okay. Any other questions, any comments for anybody who's done a demo today? Anything we want to share as a group here? It's been about an hour. We're about to wrap up. It'll be the last time that we're maybe here as a group together in the same group for the rest of our lives. Is there anything you want to share with other people?
Maybe the good question is what is next? What is next after this?
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to you. So I know Claudio has some big plans for NEAR Hispano and some interesting projects. Maybe Claudio, do you want to say a few words about what's next?
Yeah, for sure. Hi, everybody. pues muchas felicidades. La verdad que pues de 23 personas que nos pusimos, pues estamos aquí 11, 12, 13. Entonces, fue un buen grupo. Algo muy importante aquí es los siguientes pasos, como decía Alan, ¿no? Y el siguiente paso es lo siguiente. Ahorita voy a poner aquí una invitación para Discord para que entren al servidor de NEAR Hispano. Vamos a buscar darle seguimiento a los proyectos. A ver, dejen rapidito, agarro esto, invite people, hago el copy, ¿vale? Y aquí me lo pongo. Este es el chat para todos. Y por favor, entren a este servidor de Discord. Ahorita yo lo que voy a hacer, voy a crear un grupo de este bootcamp. La idea es que demos un poquito de seguimiento y cerremos el ciclo de los proyectos que se hicieron. Ahorita nosotros tenemos dos iniciativas muy importantes. Una es, estamos colaborando con el equipo de Growth y vamos a arrancar algunos experimentos. De hecho, ahorita ya unos equipos están justamente ya trabajando con Ross. Y estamos ahorita, hay dos personas de NEAR Hispano que son Cristian y Jorge, que están trabajando ahorita con Sheriff. Ellos van a lanzar, si cuando ahorita que entren van a ver que hay uno que se llama Cultura Latina, que es un marketplace. Justamente ahorita estamos haciendo se hizo una conexión con Aurora, o sea, con Solidity. La idea es, después de traducir ese contrato a Rust, a WebAssembly, y pues ahí está esa oportunidad para colaborar, para aprender. Ya más adelante, en NEAR Hispano, en el último meetup que tuvimos, anunciamos que vamos a recibir un grant de 1000 NEAR. La idea es después separar un poco las tareas que hay que hacer y sobre todo poner estos incentivos de bounties alrededor de las cosas que hay que hacer para los proyectos y que el equipo pueda recibir ahí ese apoyo, ¿no? Entonces, nada, muchas felicidades, gracias por participar. Esto no termina aquí, por favor, únanse al grupo al servidor de Discord de NEAR Hispano, continuemos la conversación ahí en general y nada, enhorabuena, a disfrutar el fin de semana que es bien merecido.
So for last, Sharif, I just want to thank you. I really appreciate this method of teaching. When I have time, I do some classes to students at university. I think I really don't like the method that university have. I don't know if there is other better method at this point, but I don't like it. And I think that this is for the educational part. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I hope to, surely we're gonna keep watching each other as we look in past times. So, but for this occasion, thank you very much.
Of course, it's my pleasure. Yeah. Look, anybody who's interested in teaching NEAR or learning more about teaching, you're more than welcome to join us and dig into that a little bit. So I think right now, maybe Daniel, you're sharing your screen and looking at the Learn NEAR Club.
I was thinking about. I remember it now.
Yeah, it's fine. So this is another project where you can go and work on, kind of learning and earning, run by another gentleman that is engaged with NEAR. And so you'll see a lot of the similar content because we've been collaborating. There's no reason why you can't go and do this also if you want to continue and even submit your project through this system if you want to earn some of these learns and so on. That's fine. But as I was saying in general, and maybe Daniel, you could stop sharing your screen so that we're not distracted by what's happening there. In general, if anybody wants to help with teaching, we need 1,000 teachers. Actually, if anybody wants to help with demos, with explanations, with support, there's tons and tons of opportunities in this way. And so maybe with Claudio's help, we can kind of coordinate any of these sorts of activities. I'm so grateful to you all for your attention this week. I know how hard it is to make time to learn something new. And it's just such a wonderful opportunity to watch you trying something new and learning something new and then sharing it at the end of the week. It's really incredible. So thank you very much to each and every one of you for coming. Anything else, Claudio, or should we say goodbye? Maybe see you later. I don't know what's the right.
No, good, all good. I think, let's wrap this up. This is just the beginning, guys. So, and girls. So please do not hesitate to send me a message over in the Discord channel. If you're not able to get in, please go into, let me drop in also for Daniela and Cynthia that we're having some issues. Let me drop in here it is, rápidamente. And so here for everybody, so please join us. I know most of you are on the Telegram group, so please join us in Telegram, ask us questions. We want to follow up on the projects. And so that's the best way to wrap this up. There's also support from NEAR Foundation with the grant that we just gotten. So let's make the best use of it. And the best use of it is developing and putting stuff out there so people can see what's it like to build on the NEAR protocol. So thank you very much. Muchas gracias a todos. Vamos iniciando esto. No se, ¿cómo se llama? No se desalienten. O sea, esto es un bootcamp, son 5 días intensos. Tenemos ya más tiempo. Tómense el fin de semana, relájense. Tómense una cerveza, un té, un café, una Coca-Cola, una Pepsi-Cola, cualquier trago que les guste. Y nos vemos el lunes. Por favor, escríbanme y vamos a darle seguimiento a los proyectos. Un abrazo a todos, que estén muy bien. Ciao.
Thanks, everybody. See you.
Ciao.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you.
Cheers.